What is going on, guys? It is one Crazy Fox 1, and, well, today is a very special day. It is indeed Mother's Day. Yes, today is the day that I will be continuing my Mother series. So, that is about it for this video. So, see you guys next time. Alright, today also happens to be my channel anniversary. Yes, May 11th is finally come. I did a questionnaire thing. So without further ado, I guess I should actually start the whole questionnaire thing. If I tend to look that way, there's a window, and I love looking out windows. I don't know why, but let's actually get started and, well, start the questionnaire. First up is Facebook. So give me a second, and I'll pull up Facebook. All right. So what is your most memorable gaming moment? Well, if I had to say what my most memorable gaming moment was, there's so many. I would have to say that it would be beating the extra boss from Toho 5. I have worked like throughout the entire summer trying to do that, and it was around the time when I was doing Mystical Chain, and when I finally beat her, I was on top of the world. Yeah, there's been, beating Epic Battle Fantasy on Epic, and there's also been other games, but I never spent so much time and effort as I did with trying to set up to beat Alice on Toho 5 Extra. And man, that was like the first extra boss that I don't remember if it was the first extra boss I beat, but it was the first time I felt on top of the world when I beat her. I was so ecstatic. I was so happy. And yeah, that has to be my most memorable gaming moment. I mean, there was a time that I erased my parents' save data and played through Ocarina of Time because I felt guilty and actually got into gaming. But, beyond that, I really hadn't spent that much time on something as awesome as that. So that is the answer to that question. The next one comes from Patreon. What made you decide to start making YouTube gaming videos? Well, I started my channel actually doing sprite videos. If you go all the way back to one of my first uploads, it was Tales of Vacation Pilot, which was originally called Tales of Vacation Part 1. And the way I did it was very crude. I would have a background image. I put, image after image after image of it was basically stop motion, pretty much. And it was hard. So then I watched a video after watching a lot of YouTube poop videos. I didn't really know what my channel was going to be. And then I watched the final battle of, it's ironic that of it being today, Chugga Conroy's Mother 2 final battle. And I was intrigued. I was thinking, I'm going to watch him through. And I did. And as I was watching him through, I realized, wait a minute. I can play video games just as good. And why not actually talk while I do it? Why not record my gameplay? I'm actually pretty decent at playing some video games. Today that's debatable, but, why not? And so I tried it, and what resulted was a very, very bad camcorder Let's Play. That's no longer here. The data got corrupted, never got finished, and weirdly enough, it started the trend of I'm never able to beat a Legend of Zelda game fully through without quitting Ocarina of Time. I don't know why it's a curse on my channel, but any Zelda game that I've started, Oracle of Ages, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Ocarina of Time, all have failed. They never gone through. Mist Island doesn't count because it was a demo, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, I really got into gaming videos when I actually started watching them, and I realized, you know, I could do just that. I could actually play games. And after experimenting and erasing stuff on my channel and not using emulator cheats anymore and all that good jazz, I finally just restarted and was like, you know, screw it. I'm going to start this time around with Higurashi When They Cry. And that's when it all began. So that's actually how I really started. Next one comes from Twitter. What is the most difficult video game you ever beat? Oh, gosh. Okay, so I have to be creative with this one. Yes, Toho is a bitch on Lunatic. And yes, Epic Battle Fantasy 3 is a bitch on Epic. But Quake 64 kicked my ass on easy. Easy. Do you guys realize how hard that game is on easy? I got the shit kicked out of me. It was raining boots shoved right up my butt. That all throughout the summer. No, not through the summer, through a couple the weeks. And you know what? I didn't beat it on easy when I was 14, 13. No. First semester of college was when I finally sat down and was like, you know what? I'm gonna beat this game. It was terrifying. The game was really good and terrifying. It did what Doom couldn't do, but holy shit, every time you turn the corner, there's one of those grenade fucks that just shoot you. And you just die and you have to restart the level. And the level is a pain in the ass. Huge pain in the ass. I mean, holy crap, on a stick pole. You have no idea how, unless you played a game like that, you have no idea how unrelentingly irritating it is to get all the way through the level, get to the final room of the level, and have 18 dudes on you that just murder you in one hit, and to die and restart over and over and over again. Games nowadays with their checkpoint system is so broken. But back then, your checkpoint system was the level. Hey, you have a save, you have a password here? Alright, you can try this level. Oh, you died when you were on the last part of the level? Oh yeah, you just do the level over again. Just the level. You know, it was damn. Holy shit. The game gets relentless. And the fact that I barely beat it on easy mode. Okay, we're not talking, we're talking, you know, I'm a pussy. The game is oh, you played on the easiest difficulty, yeah, whatever. It still was hard. Really hard. So yes, while Toho is irritating, and while Epic Battle Fantasy 3 was irritating, while any other game on their highest difficulty was irritating, on easy, that game is able to bend me over and kick my ass. So yeah, that game is the hardest game, the most difficult video game I've ever beaten. And when I beat it, oh man, I felt so good. Oh my gosh. The fact that it only took a couple of weeks, whereas Alice took the whole summer, is why Alice was even more special. So yeah. And that segues nicely into the YouTube comments, because the first one is, if you had to choose, would you rather go to the fictional world of Hinamizawa or Gensokyo? And why? Okay. So, I have to choose between living in a small town that's boring as fuck. You know, yes, Higurashi was very entertaining, but we're talking day-to-day basis. You know, I get up and I do whatever and I go to sleep. And it's a small town and everyone knows your name, and there's always someone knocking at your door, and you know, nothing goes on in a small town. There's no restaurants, there's no there's nothing. You know, I know Okinamiya? It's been a long time since I played. I'm barely remembering how it's spelled, let alone pronounced. But the place next to Hinamizawa, or, you know, that place, or Shishibone? I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's Shishibone? Or Shishibon? No, Shishibone. That city, yes, there's those places, but even still, it would be really boring. Or I would choose the magical land where I can fly around and destroy everything in my path. What do you think? Well, actually, here's the answer. Hinamizawa, and I'll tell you why. Well, Hinamizawa could be boring, and, you know, I would have to really push in order to be entertained each day. The people there are genuine and nice and fun. Everyone in Gensokyo, every single character, every single fairy, every single living thing in the games of Toho are bitches. Just straight up bitches. And we're not talking like, oh, they're my bitch. No, they are bitches. Like, they bitch to you. They're those people who, no matter what, they're not happy. They're always snapping at you. And in that world, when they snap at you, that's the equivalent of trying to murder you with flying objects. Alright, and some of them can teleport, and some of them shoot a giant laser at you. Like, I'm not kidding with you guys when I say this, but I would rather have good social interaction over super amazing shooting powers, because everyone there has super amazing shooting powers, but everyone there is such a bitch. Everyone. Not a single person in Gensokyo is nice, is kind. No one. They're either up to shenanigans, they're either evil, they're either just messing with ya, they're trolls, the thieves. It just goes on. And don't even get me started. If we're talking about a canon, are we talking about canon Gensokyo? Or are we talking about fanon Gensokyo? I swear to gosh, I will fucking murder a cat if I have to live in fandom Gensokyo. Cause, oh my gosh, if I have to listen to the chronicles of the witch and the puppeteer one more time, I'm going to fucking explode. I swear. And I'm not really against that whole relationship. You know, yeah, I do have a problem if it's not officially stated or there's no official things with it. You know, I always find it weird. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind it so much if the fandom doesn't shove it down everyone's throat like they do with fucking Sakya's pads. Like, holy shit. They shove it down everyone's throats. That's actually why I'm not wanting to do Toho Mother. Because while it is a fantastic game, and it is true to the Mother style, it shoves the fandom down the Mother throat. Literally. It's like Toho fandom RPG featuring Earthbound characters. That's the unofficial name that I call it. It is so fandom. So bad. Oh my gosh, and even if I lived in an official one, they're still bitches! They're still mean! They're still just non-happy, agonizing, torturous people! The fucking chicken bird, the ice fairy, the witch, the shrine maiden, they all blow each other up! For nothing, and then they just drink it off with tea. It's tea time. It's motherfucking tea time. Because why not? I would rather live in Hinamizawa than I would ever live in Gensokyo, just because day to day would just suck living in Gensokyo. Even with the cool powers, I think by the end of it I would just hang myself. Not even exaggerating. Even if I can fly, like, I will find a way. Holy shit, everyone there's a bitch. You know, I haven't found one likable person in that series. Other than having a cool thing or a cool gimmick to them, they're still bitches. maybe the one or two, but the majority is of the population is a bitch? No thank you. No thank you. Alright, and finally, the final question. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? Well, this one time, we were in a truck, and I had Roman candles, and it was a crazy night. I will leave you guys to the rest of that story. Now, I'm sorry I'm vague on that. I think I promised someone I would keep it a secret, so I'm not really saying too much more. But yeah, don't misuse fireworks, I guess, you know? But yeah, like, there really isn't too much that I do that's crazy. I mean, yeah, there's the occasional thing, and yes, I live in college, which means yes, it does happen, but at the same time, I don't live the life of Jackass or extreme sports, you know, to the extreme, you know, jump off of a building, land on like a bar and hope that you don't bust a nut. No, I don't do that. I'm not really that crazy, guys. You know, except when I don't have my medicine and everything around me is creeping into me, and I feel like there's a huge burst of energy just saying, "Hey, motherfucker, you need to start moving, or else you're just gonna go crazy." Yeah. Whee. Yeah. So if that answers your question, I don't really do that much crazy things. I have done a couple of them, but I don't really do that much. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually out of time. Well, not out of time, but we're pretty much done with the questionnaire. But there is actually one thing I would like to ask you guys. Would you guys want to game with me outside of YouTube every now and then? Friend code 3DS. I'm not sure how many friends I can actually add on 3DS, but if you guys want, I do have Pokemon X and Y, I do have Gates to Infinity, I do have Paper Mario Secret Star, and I do have Zelda Link Between Worlds, and I'm planning on getting more 3DS titles eventually. So, do you guys want to do stuff on the 3DS? I don't know. I really don't know. Just throwing that out there. That's really it. But beyond that, thank you guys for watching this questionnaire. Happy Mother's Day. Give your mother a hug for me. And don't worry, I'm gonna try and get a mother video out to you tonight. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. Just because I feel like, you know, tonight, like, it's right. It's, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. So with that, thank you guys for watching One Crazy Fox One Productions for 5 years. Actually, I've been around on YouTube. It's been a while. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Holy crap, this video has been going on for about 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes. So I'm sorry to take up most of your time, but it was a questionnaire. I didn't get that many questions, and a lot of them were by the same people, just on different social media sites. But I do appreciate the questions that were sent in to me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for asking, and let's look forward to another year of One Crazy Fox One Productions. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys then. End recording.